Only a few sculptured slabs of the under are in situ, whereas most of them are broken into many fragments and fallen on Pradakshina path along with the other architecture members. The dome under slabs are divided into three segments. The lower segment is decorated with a railing motif. The upper segments are magnificently treated with the key events of the popular Jataka stories like Vidura Pandita Jataka, Sutasoma Jataka, Sanjayanta Jataka, Sharajanta Jataka, Sajiniya Jataka, Sukha Jataka, Vesantara Jataka, etc. One Jataka may cover up to 6 panels, each inscribed with the event shown in the sculptural panel pointing towards the literacy of the visitors. Some noteworthy things are the depiction of the presentation of an infant Siddhartha to the family Yaksha named Shakyavardhan, 4 instead of 3 daughters being depicted in the scenes, and few others are shown and talked about in the North Indian traditions of Buddhism in Sanskrit and their Chinese translation rather than the Pali texts. Many of the Jatakas are also labeled with the Brahmi inscriptions of the 1st and 2nd centuries of Common Era. The depictions of earlier themes may have some parallels elsewhere too, but the portrayal of historic figures and personalities is a very distinctive feature of the art of Kanaganahalli. Apart from the Jatakas, the panels also contain the portrait sculptures of important kings of the Satavahana dynasty like Siri Satakarni, Pulumavi Simukh, and most interestingly the portrait of King Raya Asoka of Maurya dynasty with a label inscription below it. The panels are bordered vertically by pilasters decorated with a lotus medallion and horizontally by friezes of Hansas. The stupa had ayaka platforms which measure 3.6 meter in a length and 1.25 meter in width at the cardinal directions of the drum, that is a medhi, projecting outward corresponding to the entrance. The ayaka platform, a feature quite common in the stupa architecture of Andhra Pradesh, carried usually 5 ayaka pillars representing symbolically the 5 important occasions of the Buddha's life, that is birth, great renunciation, enlightenment, first sermon, and extinction, that is a parinirvana. Interestingly, the evidence of lower part of the pillars found on the eastern ayaka platform of Kanaganahalli shows that platform had only 4 ayaka pillars. One of the stone panels carved with the image of a stupa found at the site also exhibits only 4 ayaka pillars. The ayaka platform, especially at the west, has exquisitely carved Muchalinda Naga, Dharmachakra, and Bodhi Ruksha sculptures. The ayaka platforms on the south and west have accommodated colossal sculptures of standing Buddha over the pedestal. The pedestals of the standing and seated Buddha have sculptural friezes narrating the events pertaining to the life of the Buddha, that is the birth, the great renunciation, the enlightenment, the first sermon, and the extinction, that is a parinirvana. Most of these sculptured friezes, Buddha images, ayaka pillars carry the inscriptions of the Satavahana rulers like Yadnasri Satakarni, Gautamiputra Satakarni, Siri Satakarni, and Pulumavi, indicating the active royal patronage towards the cause of this Mahachaitya. Even people from far off places like Vakataka Vishay, that is a Maharashtra, the Himalayan region, have made contributions. The ayaka platforms are veneered with the limestone slabs. These slabs are held in a position by the carved cornices bordering the top of the ayaka platform. The core of the ayaka platform is made of burnt brick set in a mud or lime mortar. The brick roughly corresponds to the standard Satavahana bricks of 1:3:6 proportion. While probing the another IEC platform in 2000-2001, it was observed that below the brickwork at a depth of about 30 cm, parts of an inscribed Buddha Pada and another mutilated veneering slab were found. The evidence suggests that the extension of the brick-built Medhi Ayaka platform and veneering them with a carved or decorated limestone slabs was attempted probably in the second phase of the construction or embellishment of the stupa. At the cardinal directions, that is east, south, west and north, the railing is provided with offset entrances with a ornated chandrashilas, that is a half moon stones like limestone step, and pedestals to accommodate probably the sculptures of the yaksha. Evidences of mutilated yaksha sculptures are encountered at the northern and southern entrances. The railing of the stupa is placed 3.95 meter away from the Medhi. The railing, typical to the stupa architecture, is composed of a series of thabas or stambas, upright pillars, and suchis, that is crossbars. 4 suchis are provided in between the thabas with interspaces of 8 cm. While the interior of the thabas is plain and well dressed except in some cases where the inscriptions are noticed. The exterior is treated with half and fully bloomed lotus medallions. The space in between the medallions of the thaba is fluted. The thabas are held in a position by convex ushnish, that is copings, which are also decorated meticulously with animal and floral motifs. The Pradakshina path is found choked with disturbed members of the Ayaka platform, collapsed railing, heavily leaning lower Medhi slabs and collapsed upper Medhi and under units. The excavation has laid bare many Buddha padas, sculptures of seated Buddha, fragments of chhatris, inscribed pillars, animal friezes and pillar capitals of the different types. Other antiquities found in the excavation are a few metal and shell bangles, the terracotta figurine of Buddha seated in a Padmasana, etc., in addition to several coins. The excavations outside the perimeter of the railing have also laid bare many associated structures in the form of brick-built chaityas, vihara complexes, votive stupas, and pillars and sculptures. As the complex is primarily religious, the ceramic industry of the period is not well represented. One of the blackware shards has an engraving Hogalikasa in Brahmi characters of the 1st and the 2nd centuries of Common Era. A fragment of NBPW, Northern Black Polish ware shard, is also retrieved from the foundation pit of one of the uprights of the railing.